And you're live. Some bizarre life, man. Some bizarre. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and just say that, even though this market seems like it's going up all the time, there's still disasters waiting to get you. Clovis right now. And this is something we liked, a couple of weeks ago. But considering I went back down to cash, thank God, because this stock would now be ruining many, 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 many good trades. And again, I could sit here and just cherry pick and talk about only the good ones. You got to remember, this was a stock that we were in at 25. It went to 33, and we sold some at 30 on the way down and the rest at 25. And now here it is at 19 bucks. So let's talk about PCG. Let's talk about the good trades, right? Another one, very disappointed it couldn't break 20. So we sold it when it broke back under 19. And then it had that crazy move down to 15.50. And that was the big shakeout. Once that was over, next thing you know, you're rocking and rolling. And then I think now, hindsight, that was a controlled move done by the insiders who knew that this news was coming out, that the government was going to step in again. And also for the fact that I was under the impression that they wouldn't let PCG fail. Too big to fail, the whole thing. Why would they let it? Who's going to take over? How are they going to get electricity? What are they going to do? Blah, blah, blah. Again, this is the kind of stock that when they start to squeeze it, there's nowhere for it to go other than to start filling gaps. So first gap was 21.54. Next gap was 23.20. This is where we're at right now in the aftermarket, PCG. So now that we're here, I don't see any real reason that it doesn't get to, that $25 level. And if it breaks 25, it's going to $39. So there's a good reason to own stocks and there's a good reason not to own stocks, right? But what I do is if I own something, as soon as I feel uncomfortable, I dump it. Because what's the difference? I could just buy it back when it starts to get better, like PCG, right? Sure, I didn't get back at 16, but you know what? I wasn't thinking about buying it at 16. 17.50, 18. In the last couple of days, it looked like it was trying to hang in there, but nothing confirmed anything. Even on the first spike on PCG, it came right back down to test the VWAP at 19.30. And when it held 19.30, that's when we bought it. We bought it at 19.50 with a 20-cent risk. If it would have rolled back over, we would have taken a 20-cent loss. And now we're still in it. So there really was no reason to sell it unless this thing would have went all the way back to 2090, which it almost kind of went back to it, but it didn't. So we thought we'd get a late day squeeze because generally with momentum short squeezes, they'll try to sucker people in thinking that it's over, and then the late day short covering ensues, and usually you'll start going higher even in the aftermarket, and that's why I held it overnight, and it's still rocking. But on the flip side, you got Clovis. So if you have a diversified portfolio or whatever, yeah, so your PCG is making up for your Clovis right now, but thank God we sold Clovis, thank God, and that's why I'd rather be liquid. Right now, I own 3 stocks. I got PCG, I got Funko, and I've got Tiger. And again, why are we still in Tiger? It still has not broke down underneath a multi-day VWAP even one time. So since we got out of it and then we bought it back, still rocking and rolling, was forced. We sold it at what, 15 bucks. It went all the way up to what, 16.70. And then it came back. We thought maybe we had sold it at a great price after all. And then next thing you know, we're buying it right back at 16.60. So my corpus average is 16.60 on the stock now because it broke the high. I will buy any IPO that breaks new highs because it's going, and I was looking back at some of the older IPOs. If you just would have used that philosophy, when the IPO breaks all-time highs, buy. Alibaba worked. Coop worked. Twilo worked. Obviously, Yeti, when that broke back out. Yext was pretty good when that broke its original IPO highs. So I still don't want to own stocks because usually you're going to get it wrong. I'd rather just stay liquid, and when they start to get good, you just join in for a couple of days. 3 days, I don't consider myself an investor. It's sort of not even like a swing trade, but again, why not trade when the trading is great? And right now, we're on fire. The VWAPs and the multi-day VWAPs are really working out pretty well. So anyway, if you're out there and you do watch this video, tomorrow I'm doing an intro to trading class. This is a throwback to the class I used to teach, 1999 even. Just showing what works for me. And obviously, fast forward 5 years ago when I started using VWAP predominantly, I'm going to show you how my trading has evolved from that 1999, 2000 era to what we're doing now. It's virtually the same trade, but now you're getting a heads up using the VWAP and the multi-day VWAP. And of course, some of the cases you're taking less risk. For me, I didn't mind when stocks traded in eighths and quarters because that was all I knew. So I was prepared to at least risk 12.5 cents or an eighth of a point on every trade I did. Now, trading with these penny increments, it takes a little bit more patience. You'll get more jiggling, and each penny is a new level. But again, we're going to go into all that stuff. So if you ever wanted to join my room, if you ever thought about being a part of what we're doing, email me tonight and let me know if you're interested. I'll reach out to you as soon as I can. But if you can't make this class, then we're going to do it. Probably I usually do it every 6 weeks now. And it's great. It's like 5 or 6 hours, And again, whatever I charge for the class, if you do wind up becoming a full member, it comes off your membership fee anyway. So it's like you're taking the class for free. All right? All right. I'll see you. So, yeah, fan-freaking-tastic. I mean, we even made money on Lyft again on the long side, except for the last one when it didn't break 61. That hurt. That hurt. When that thing got to 61 and just nobody there. Nobody there. And, yeah, it's pretty wild. What's really wild is the UVXY. Wasn't I just about to go? UVXY, again, I can't stop talking about it because, again, if you were to choose a day of the entire year, today would be the day you would think UVXY would hang in there. But it's such a busted, awful product. It's had one of its worst days ever. We're going into a shortened week, right? We got earnings reports coming. We're hearing that the earnings reports are going to be weak. We're possibly heading into a recession. Lots of negativity out there. But UVXY is continuing to crash. So for me, I look at it as, an indication that this market's all right. And again, it really doesn't really matter to most of us. Oh, I just want to put AAOI back on your radar also. AAOI coming out of the doldrums again. Anyway, so that's it. Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot for me to want to hold a stock. Tiger, no reason to sell it. I held that TW until yesterday. And obviously PCG into this massive breakout. You got to love it. All right. Have a great weekend. If you do listen in, just the Warlock at hitthebid.com. All right. I'm going to sleep.